Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. Last time we spent some time with Makina and Amane in Amane's room, which was eventually supposed to be in Makina's room, but Makina, being who she is more attached to Amane. We learned that Makina has a way of sort of printing out what is on a page, but without necessarily understanding what the page is about. Let's continue. There's no gym teacher in this school, but that hasn't stopped some shameless individual from putting physical education on our schedule. A healthy spirit dwells in a healthy body. It's easy to laugh these words off as a relic of the baby boomer generation's Neanderthal obsession with building character through guts and willpower, but in fact, it seems there actually is some good amount of scientific data linking moderate physical exercise to positive psychotropic effects. Personally, having been brought up with the simplistic lesson that basic physical strength decides things in the end, I don't have any objection to moving my body. That said, alright, let's do this! Amane's pointlessly powerful voice resounds across the field. In response, there's a vaguely apathetic chorus of "yeah" from her classmates. An unenthusiastic "yeah" from the transparently disinterested Michiru. A dopey "yes" from Makina, unintentionally draining any shred of motivation from all who hear it. A vigorous "yeah" from Sachi, who is taking everything seriously as always, but her voice cracks shrilly at the clearly unfamiliar exercise. And finally, a stony silence from Sakaki, who is sulking like a prideful middle schooler forced to participate in children's athletic meet. The only one of the bunch with any real energy would be Amane, thrusting her fist towards the heaven from her position on the mound. As for me, without the beginning of a clue as to what's about to take place here, I'm staring absent-mindedly up at the sky and... How are you doing today, everybody? Hey, Amane. Aye, what's up? Why are you so ridiculously fired up? You know, everyone here is sort of the indoor type, I guess. Lots of them just hate moving their body, to be honest. If I don't push out some energy like this to get things a little more lively, they hardly even bother to try. What's this, maggot? You look like blue-faced pygmies, lots of you. Let's see some spirit. I've seen our old men harder than you move. Worthless bunch of pruted. I'm not even going to try and say that one. Well, it seems like we got someone exploding with a weird sort of drill sergeant energy at least. Hold on a sec, okay? Makina, come here, please. Amane seizes Makina's head from above like a basketball and forcibly carries her off into the shadows. Makina, it's good to be energetic, but I think I've told you to watch your language. Yes, do we understand? Ow, Amane, it hurts. It's ripping. You're ripping me apart. If you do that, I'll break, you know? I'll break! Now, break is off limits, remember? Amane's voice somehow manages to be both thickly sweet and ice cold. It's enough to send shivers down my spine. Makina's bitter, heart-rending screams doesn't help either. I think Amane is trying to maintain a relatively kind tone of voice, but she's actually more frightening as a result. It crosses my mind that this could very well be described as bullying. But considering the current climate of hypersensitivity towards such matters, I'll refrain from voicing any hasty conclusions. Not that I really care, but if we're doing this, let's get going already. We don't have all day. That's fine by me, but what exactly is it that we're doing? The standard sports, I presume? So ridiculous. Why exactly do I have to put up with this nonsense? Sports? I was hoping for more specific details, but playing sports in gym class hardly seems ridiculous. More like completely commonplace. Please allow me to explain the details. Before that, I've got an unrelated question, if that's alright. Certainly, go ahead. Why are you the only one in maid uniform? Huh? Don't give me that totally nonplussed look. For a second, you almost convinced me that I'm the strange one here. Ah, my clothes. If you observe with care, I think it should be obvious, but as you can see, this is a maid form specialized for physical exercise. Sorry, let's move on. Shouldn't have asked. My mistake. The strangest thing here wasn't her clothes. It was me expecting anything resembling common sense from a student at this school. Okay, so what exactly does sports involve here? Well, let's see. There isn't exactly a name for this event. It's sort of like kickball, or maybe soccer, with a dash of volleyball. Perhaps you could describe it as a new genre, incorporating elements from all of the above? What kind of extreme sport is this? All I got out of your description is that there probably is a ball involved. Yes, you use a volleyball to play. Sachi hands me a large round ball she's been holding onto. The pitcher throws this ball from the mound and the player standing at the batter's box hits it with their bat. They hit a volleyball with a bat? Yes, if the ball rolls into the infield, the batter runs towards first base. The fielding team obtains the ball and hurls or kicks it at the runner as hard as possible. If it hits the runner, they're out. 3 outs and the sides change. What if someone catches the ball on the fly? That's also an out. It's similar to baseball in that respect. When and why did this strange game come into fashion? It didn't, really. It just that we only had 5 people in our school. We never had the numbers to do any real games. Also, there was quite this stubborn split of opinions. Some of us wanted dodgeball, some wanted softball, and so on. So you ended up going with them all at once. Was this your doing, Sakaki? I'd appreciate it if you didn't try to blame everything on me. Although in this case it is true that I made the suggestion. Then don't complain when I blame you. The argument just wouldn't end, so I said we might as well do all the games. I distinctively do not remember saying we should play them all at the same time. Look, if you understand the rules, can we just get started already? What about Amani and Makina? We're right here. I thought she was gonna rip it right off, you know. What exactly? My head, or maybe my soul. Amani? Don't give me that look, it's discipline, alright? If I don't give this girl a firm warning every once in a while, her mouth just gets filthier and filthier. Are you her mother or what? And so, after 15 minutes of wasted time, with Amana's second shout off, alright, let's do this, our bewildering match of misery extreme sports begin. Through the impartial results of rock, paper, scissors matches, the teams are divided as follows. Bear team, pitcher Suwamane, catcher Sakaki Yumiko, fielder Irisu Makina. Rabbit team, pitcher Kazami Yuji, catcher Kuminisachi, fielder Matsushima Michiru. Our rabbit team ends up being first to bat. The leader of batter dons a softball helmet, grabs a colorful metal bat, and takes her place in the batter's box. Alright, bring it on! With a grating, high-pitched shout, Michiru thrusts her bat out to point at the pitcher's mound, where Amana is settling into her stand with the volleyball in hand. What's this? Considering how apathetic she was, Michiru's gotten surprisingly into it now that the game started. Yes, Michiru-sama is, how shall I put this? She approaches everything negatively and then with a great show of reluctance at first, but once the event in question actually gets started, she tends to take it more seriously than anyone else. I see, but I'm willing to bet she's also the first one to get bored. You're quite perceptive. Unaware of the critical analysis she's receiving from her teammates, Michiru takes a few rigorous practice swings and then glares up at Amane. I think we have a score to settle today. It's payback time. Ah, what was it? You were going to regain your disgrace, right? Bah! I love that little face of Amane. I just said a little wrong, okay? You're always picking on at people's tiny mistake forever like that. Ah! Watching Michiru stamp her feet in frustration in the batter's box, I whisper to Sachi, who's sitting next to me on the bench. So, what happened last time? Right, during the previous gym class, Michiru-sama was unable to score a single point off Amane-san. And so, well, at the end of the match, she loudly shouted, "I'll regain this disgrace someday, just you watch." Disgrace tends to be something you want to repay, not regain. I guess the words are kind of similar. Michiru must have gotten all excited and shouted all out a garbled sentence before she even knew what she was saying. Just a thought here. Might Michiru be something of an idiot? I'm afraid I'm not very comfortable in providing the answers to that question. Hey, Peanut Gallery, I can hear you! Shut it already! Yeah, I'm sorry, didn't intend to distract you. We'll keep quiet, so please regain as much disgrace as you like. I'm going to repay it, okay? Repay, not regain, okay? As Michiru screeches like a drunk monkey and brandishes her bat overhead, Amane's first pitch sails over the plate. Strike. That's cheating! Hehe, I don't see any cheating here. The game's already started, yeah? Cool, such humiliation! Receiving the return throw from Takagi, Amane carefully finds her foothold on the pitcher's mound, a fearless smile on her face. Okay, second pitch coming right up. Bring it! With that intense shout, Michiru takes firm hold of her bat and fixedly watches Amane's pitching motion. Looking closely, Michiru's got the position of her hands on the bat reversed. But if I mentioned that now, I'd get the feeling her response would only be another shut it. Yes, I'll just watch over her gallant battle with a silent respect. Nya! Amane twists her long limbs in a sidearm motion, and the volleyball soars towards the squatting Takagi's hand at an ideal velocity and angle. Whoa! Home run! With an explosion of energy, Michiru swings her bat at full force, but tragically she cuts through the empty air a good 10 centimeters above the top of the ball, her blonde twin tail swinging aimlessly behind her. Strike two. Why? Why? Michiru slams her bat on the home plate in towering rage. Hehehe, one to go, Michiru-chan? Don't call me that, I'm not a kid! I'll knock the next one out of here, witness my legendary batting technique born for this day! Hey, Michiru. What now? You got your hands on wrong. Huh? You're batting right, so your right hand should be on top. You got it backward. Oh, even her chibi has it. I knew that! I was doing it on purpose. How do I hold it? You're obviously clueless. Hold it with your right fist higher on the bat, your left fist below. Tell me that sort of stuff sooner, why don't you? What the heck? Hey, can we get a move on here? Go ahead, I'm ready for you anytime. Hold on a second. Which is it? Bring it! As Michiru bears her fighting spirit, Amane's face briefly suggests a dubious, "Are you sure about that?" But she's not the type to think too hard about this sort of thing. Her expression soon gives way to a smirking grin. This one's real, okay? Forcefully swinging the ball up in her right hand, Amane takes a step forward on the mound, throwing the movement of her entire body into the pitch. The ball flies out of Amane's hand, whistling through the air directly at its target, which is Michiru. Michiru-sama, look out! Just as I thought. Michiru, anticipating the beanball, pulls out back half a step with a pivot leg and swings the bat in a wide arc. Take this! Legendary technique, pitch and payback! Michiru's vigorous stroke of the bat catches the ball beautifully in the sweet spot, sending it flying back toward Amane on the mound. What? Is this the legendary pitch and payback technique? Well, that is what she screamed, so I would assume so. Exactly where and how this thing became a legend is a question for another day. The ball rushes straight back toward Amane, who still is in an awkward position from releasing her pitch. That thing is going to hit her. So I thought for a split second. Amane nimbly recovers and takes a firm stance as the ball approaches her. That all you got? Instant kill! Pitch and payback! Turning to the side, she swings back with her left elbow and unleashes a firm right-handed fist stab in a model of Qa'Rajh form. With a resounding thud, the ball is sent flying back toward Michiru, where Michiru stands in the batter box. Impudent whelp! Secret move! Pitch and payback! Michiru fires it right back. Not done yet! Picture payback! No! Picture payback! Oh yeah! Picture payback! Right off the bat, we already find ourselves in a deadlock. Or rather, what the hell is with this development? I'm sort of reminded of those martial arts matches where both fighters run into the center of the ring at the first gong, stop dead, and just start bashing away at each other, but where do things go from here? Are they planning to repeat picture paybacks until they just run out of steam? I can't read the next move. A strange game, there's no apparent path to victory for either side. Amani, keep it up! Go! Amani, go! Picture paybacks! Hey, Sachi. Yes, what is it? What exactly is a picture pack? I wonder. Maki-chan's tongue is somewhat short, so I'd speculate that she stumbled over the word picture payback. I see. Picture payback! Don't make me laugh! Picture payback! Sparks continue to fly as the battle to the death between Mount and the batter's box continue along its repetitive course. But, I mean, what exactly are they getting all worked up over? It's too damn hot for this. But I suppose women have their own battles that must be fought to the bitter end. This is clearly a contest between two truly indomitable spirits. By the way, Sachi. Yes, what is it? Just how long is this futile exchange going to continue? I wonder. Most likely until one of them gives up or finally gets bored, I would think. Truly a thrilling edge-to-your-seat battle of the wills. Mind if I use this opportunity to go buy a drink? Shall I go buy something for you? No, I think I'll get it myself this time. And my word, Sachi skewers me with a searching glare. Don't tell me you intend to imitate Takaki-san, go buy some juice, then head straight home instead? That's not allowed. As the thought, damn, she saw through me, runs through my head, I make eye contact with Sakaki, who is still crouched behind the plate. What is it? Could you not stare at me like that? So there was a previous offender, eh? Kindly shut up, this is pure waste of time. Well, can't argue with that. So we resign ourselves to watch over their battle to the end, with calm gazes of the elderly watching their overly energetic grandchildren skip rope with all their might. But just as I'm beginning to think that this fiery clash of pride between Michiru and Amane might truly never end, the conclusion arrives in an unexpected form. Picture payback! Picture payback! Hey, Sachi. Yes, what is it? What does that "ga" now just signify? I wonder. I'd speculate that it might be the sound of Amane-san losing her footing, then twisting her ankle, perhaps. I see. Wait, should that be my reaction here? So, isn't that kind of bad? Bad, you ask? Sachi stares blankly back at me for a moment. After a beat, her eyes widen and her mouth springs open. Yes, that is indeed bad. As we hurriedly jump off the bench, Makina is already rushing up to Amane, who's currently writhing on the mound. Amane, don't die! Although it might look like a slapstick comedy scene if you squint, the atmosphere is actually pretty tense, until a burst of out-of-the-place laughter breaks it. Ah, serves you right! Michiru points towards the mound with her right hand, her left hand resting on her hip, her proud face the image of woman triumphant. That's what you get! That's what you get for daring to challenge me! Should you really be striking a victory pose right now? You're completely burned out yourself. Shut up, okay? It's nothing. Crap. Sorry. Dizzy. Sachi. Oxygen. Bring me. Oxy. Her faint voice abruptly failing her altogether, Michiru's body begins to shake violently. She collapses on her knees, to her knees on the spot with a thump. Ugh. Wow, she dropped! Qa'Rajh dead too! Oh my god! How could this happen? Why must everyone I come to love die? I'm not dead, okay? Just a little lightheaded. Qa'Rajh scatters sparkling vomit onto the ground with a sickening gurgle. Would this be the so-called double KO? So, Sachi, in this case, can we declare the one who stands up inside the 10 count the winner? No, I don't think we're at that stage anymore. I'm sorry, Kasumi-san, but I'm going to take a look at Michiru-sama. Can I ask you to take care of Amane-san? Roger. I screwed up. Are you okay, Amane? Your foot sort of went crack and bent in a way it shouldn't, you know? Probably shouldn't try to stand. If the bone's broken, the pressure might make it break the skin. Don't say stuff like that. Look, just stay put. Let me see your foot. Okay. Amane, supported by our hands, slowly shift to a sitting position on the mound. I take her right leg in my hand and lift it up to take a look. It's not any worse than I expected. Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be a fracture, but there is a red swelling beginning around the joint. Doesn't seem to be broken, but a sprain? Well, if we're unlucky, it might be a partial fracture. A sprain, huh? It's been a while. You know, my feet are pretty small for my height and all, so I used to fall down pretty often. Either way, it's the infirmary for you. Can you stand? I think so. Don't put weight on your right foot. Just get yourself onto my back. Huh? Don't give me that. It's not so bad right now because you're pumped full of adrenaline from the shot, but if you overdo it, you'll be crying later. Hurry up and get on. What's this all of a sudden? You're being awful nice. I'm not going to play along with your jokes right now. You're hurt, stop wasting time and do what I tell you. Okay. Amane softly leans her body against my back and grabs my shoulders of my gym uniform somewhat hesitantly. You need a better grip than that. Wrap your arms around. Get a hold on my neck. I got it, like this? As instructed, Amane wraps her arms around my neck, pushing her breasts firmly against my back. Normally I'd be throwing out a joke or two at this point, but this isn't the time. Sachi, I'm taking her to the infirmary. How's Michiru? Yes, Michiru-sama is currently taking oxygen. I believe she'll recover in another 5 minutes or so. Michiru lies flat on the ground, limp as a beached tuna. Sachi is holding a portable can of oxygen to her mouth as we speak. I'm leaving command of field to you. Adjust their tactics as the situation demands. Can you handle it, class representative? Yes, understood. I will take it from here. For some reason, maybe instinctively reacting to my tone, Sachi raises a hand in salute towards me. Alright, here we go, Amane. Okay, sorry. Not a problem. This isn't something you need to apologize for. I thought about that response, but ultimately decided against it. The wounded tend to grow timid toward those around them. Better to avoid wording that might make her think herself as baggage, burdening the other. Don't want to increase her anxiety. I keep up a flow of communication, standard procedure to ensure the wounded doesn't fade out of pain. Where's the infirmary? Amane, do you know? Turn right up ahead. If you keep going until the dead end, the infirmary should be on the left. We'll be there soon. Try to endure it for the moment. This is a little much. It's just a sprain, you know. Don't make light of leg injuries. Soldiers get abandoned when they can't walk. Soldiers, he says. Well, I guess... Yeah, you're right. The Indians one died first. Don't worry. Japan won't desert you, and I won't leave you to die either. Sorry, I'm heavy, right? Not particularly. 5 bags of rice or so, at most. Wait a second. Why do you know my weight? I'm used to carrying around heavy luggage on my back. I can estimate weight from the feeling on my shoulders. Look, you're carrying me and all, so maybe I shouldn't be complaining, but... Ordinarily in this situation you'd say, you're not heavy at all, okay? Like, you know, when you're dealing with a girl, maybe show a little consideration every once in a while? You're lighter than I expected. probably only looked heavy from your height and that oversized chest. You got long legs too. That must have thrown me off. I guess it's nice to be complimented on my legs, but that's kind of double-edged. I mean, just how much were you expecting me to weigh? My impression was that you'd be comfortably above 60 kilos. See, that is exactly what you do not say. As she speaks, Amanda sharply tightens her arms and chokehold around my neck. Look, stop thrashing around. You'll be the one crying if I drop you. I come to a brief halt on the spot and lift Amanda's body, which had been sliding down my back, up more firmly around my shoulders. Hehehe, come to think of it, Yuji-kun, your hands are full, aren't they? What are you planning, woman? In the next moment, Amanda gently closes her eyes. Still clinging tightly to my neck, she brings her lips close. Mwah. Hey. I'd taken immediate evasive action in response to her suspicious movement, but Amanda's lips nonetheless press against my cheek. You dodged? What the hell is wrong with this woman? I've got half a mind to drop her on the hallway floor, but we're dealing with an injured party here. I turn my head to the side and stare into Amanda's face, finding her blushing in apparent embarrassment. I thought I met her for the first time at this school, but maybe... Jeez, what are you staring at me for like that? It's nothing. No matter how long or how careful I study Amanda's features, nothing comes to mind. I was entertaining the possibility she might have been some childhood friend I parted from in tears or what have you, but I'm pretty well convinced that isn't the case. Which would leave... Do I look like the lover you were tragically separated from in your previous incarnation? Is that it? What the heck is that? Do I look like that much of a head case? You know, you really shouldn't make jokes like that in this school. It's a little too close to home for some people. Pouting her lips, Amanda knocks a fist against my head with a solid thunk. What are you, anyway? Sue Amane? Yes, my short-term memory is perfectly fine, thank you. Every time Amanda speaks, her soft breath strikes my ear. Is it just my imagination, or has her body temperature slowly been rising while I've had her on my back? If she's suffered a partial fracture on that ankle, it might be that her body is beginning to generate a fever. Better get a move on. Again, lifting Amanda further up on my back, I hurry to the infirmary. Doc, emergency case, get a move on. Doc, he says. Still carrying Amanda, I push my way forcefully into the room and shout for attention, but there's no one here whatsoever, much less a doctor. Why isn't anyone here? Everyone take a break at once? We don't have a health teacher here. Just let me get down on the bed. I guess I'll take care of the rest. There's no doctor? You mean they haven't hired anyone at all to staff this room? Yep, that's right. For the time being, I lower Amanda onto a nearby bed. They've been talking about getting a health teacher for a while now, but apparently it's been pretty hard to find a good one. I guess at least they got a supplier coming in to replace the medicine, though. Well, fine. I'll take care of the treatment. You can do that? I learned first aid in my previous school. I can handle something like this at least. I kneel in front of Amanda's leg, untie and remove her athletic shoe, then take her red, swollen right ankle in my hand. I'm going to move it. Tell me if it hurts. Okay. Her ankle's slender, but compared to her uninjured left foot, it's clearly inflamed pretty badly. I bend Amanda's ankle to various angles, carefully searching for the location of her injury. It's not fractured after all, but I think the ligament might have been stretched or the joint capsule ruptured. Taking a roll of medical tape from the infirmary's first aid kit, I loosely wrap it around Amanda's ankle, restricting the range the joint can move. Then retrieve ice from the freezer, stuff it into a bag and press it over the injury through a towel, relieving the heat of the inflammation. Thank you. It feels a lot less painful now. You seem pretty experienced at this. Well, just a bit. I'm accustomed to treating sprains and burns at least. When I was a kid, I was getting hit pretty much every day, and I still got my fair share of injuries even now. You really are a nice guy, Yuji-kun. Spare me. How exactly am I a nice guy? I just treated an injury. Anybody would do that much. And now you take this deliberately cold attitude. Probably because you don't want the hassle of me mistaking you for a kind person and taking advantage of you. To be honest, Amana's words are pretty close to the bullseye. When human beings find kindness, they naturally take advantage of it. Before they realize it, they've grown dependent on that kindness. They lose their ability to function without it. If I disappeared, what would you do with yourself? My master spoke those words to me when I was still a child. To be honest, I was prepared for you to just drop me off here with an "alright then, I'll be going." And then you just started treating me without a word. You know, I was pretty surprised. "Alright then, I'll be going." As I raised my right hand in farewell, Amana grasped my clothes firmly to prevent my retreat. "Excuse me, are you planning to leave a nervous, injured girl all by herself? Stick around a while." Am I the only one who thinks she should be slightly more nervous about being alone with a teenage male in this room? Which has a bed when her leg is injured to the point that she can't walk. What do you want from me? If you have something to say, then spit it out already. Okay, then I'll get straight to the point. Be my boyfriend. What? What? You couldn't hear it the first time? Want me to say it again? Why are you saying this? Because I love you. Since when? Since the instant we met. Love at first sight, as they might say. Kind of a cold response. You don't believe me, do you? Then let me ask, which part of me did you fall in love with? Let's see. The way you seem sort of hopeless, I guess. If I'm not around, how is this guy going to keep himself alive and all that? I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of man, it seems. I see. Can't say I have a problem with reliable women myself. Ah, really? That's pretty convenient, huh? What do you think? Shall we start dating? What does this girl think she's grinning about? Momentarily speechless with bemusement, I hold my right palm to my forehead and run it through my hair. Look, is teasing me that much fun? It's a little upsetting to hear you put it that way, but alright, fine. If you don't want to become my boyfriend, I'll become your big sister. What? Well, think you could use a beautiful big sis? I regret to inform you that we're not hiring big sisters at the present time. Oh, so when will you be hiring? We anticipate no vacancies until doomsday. Jeez, give me a break here. That's my line, idiot. Shifting my grip on the ice pack, I give Amanda a slap on the ankle. Yeah, that hurts. Jeez, do you enjoy bullying girls? Let's see. If you make it a yes-no question, then yes. I think I'd be safely on the enjoys bullying girls side. A sadist, eh? But don't worry, I know this may come as a bit of a surprise, but I happen to be a natural-born masochist. Just what do you want from me exactly? Hey, is that a firm no? No matter what, I'm kind of losing my confidence as a woman here. I'm not trying to reject you, but don't think you're rushing things here. I hear when someone says it's too premature for that, they'll be saying that the exact same thing 10 years down the line. We're not talking about politics here. Look, I'm telling you I'll give up on being your girlfriend and be your big sis instead, okay? Starting off by asking for the sky, then dragging out concessions as a compromise in the negotiations, you really do think you're a politician. Thick-skinned as I am, I'm going to get hurt pretty soon, okay? I drop my shoulders in an exaggerated gesture and heave a heavy sigh. I'm sure this girl intends to continue this aggressive pursuit until I tell her what she wants to hear. It would be a serious pain in the ass if she tried to push me any harder than this. As a point of compromise, this is probably right at the limit of my tolerance. Yeah, I got it. If you want to play big sister that badly, I'll go along with it. If there was a mirror in front of me as I speak those words, I'd be staring into the face of a man with the word reluctant stamped on his forehead. Might this have been a hasty decision? Indifferent to my shame and regret, Amanda beams happily and drops her hand on top of my head with a gentle thump and grand big sister style. Very well then, I'll accept that. From now on, I'm Oni-chan to you. Got it? Don't think this means you can pet my head whenever you feel like it. Although I don't go so far as to push Amanda's hand away, I can't say this is an especially pleasant feeling. Dutiful and clever dogs, as a rule, don't wag their tails when someone other than their master pats their head. Well, we shall take whatever happens in the next episode next time. So, until then, take care.